Hi guys, I just decided to bring y'all along with me. I am making some Zappa soup today. See me? There I am. Hi. I tried to keep the camera like down on the pot, and yes, I'm in my little tiny kitchen. Where else would I be? All right, so first of all, I wanted to show you what I've already kind of like sauteed up. Some like 2 small onions diced up. Some bacon bits, the ones from Kirkland's, well, from Costco, the Kirkland's brand, so the really big ones. And I have also put a teaspoon of garlic pepper in it, and I sauteed that in like a couple tablespoons of butter and really good olive oil. Didn't mean to use that one, but that one's okay. And so what you use in this is you use kale. So I have 2 bags of the pre-washed, it says triple washed and ready to use, but I still have to pick through it because it has these like massive stems and everything in it, so I'll have to go through all of that. And then what I also put in it, I put like maybe a tablespoon of this Knorr's de Polo. It's just chicken bouillon, and also like 2 containers of the chicken broth or chicken stock, and this is just the Walmart brand, a great value brand. And I've already diced up 3 medium-sized white potatoes, and they're in the sink now, and some water. Ew, I am like, what am I looking for? Okay, and so also we use turkey kielbasa in it, and this actually is the Hillshire brand one, but you can use any turkey smoked sausage or kielbasa. We've used both of them. And so what I do, I actually put this back in the freezer for a little bit because it cuts better when it's really cold and has a bit of a freeze on it, I guess. I don't know if y'all can see this. Y'all probably can't. I have a little garbage bag right here. I'm telling you, the potatoes my daughter had gotten from Trader Joe's, and their vegetable bags are like, oh my gosh, that's nuts. I'm trying to make sure that y'all can see me. I don't know that y'all can. Now, let's see if I can move the camera over. I don't think that that's going to help. Oh, yeah, actually, it might. Okay, so what I am going to do is like, I'm just going to slice these on an angle. And I do slice them pretty thin. Actually, I am going to like, kind of like half this. So I'm just kind of like using a really sharp serrated knife. And I kind of like half that. And then I just slice these on an angle. Let me see if I can show it to you. So they're just like smaller bits. They're not like diced. It's just so you get enough of the meat all the way through the soup, and you don't just have like a couple slices in it. So I just do it kind of like not super thin, just like a medium cut like that. And I'll get all of this sliced, and then I will saute this. And the only thing is, since I use a stainless steel pot, this tends to stick. It wants to stick every time, and it drives me nuts. So you have to kind of like really monitor it when you're cooking it, because you don't want it to burn. And once I cook this, then I will remove this, and then I will put the chicken stock or chicken broth in it, and then the potatoes, and I will let them boil just for a brief time, because I don't want them to get super soft, just kind of like a al dente, because potatoes tend to disintegrate in the soup. So it's like, no, and it's like, I know I put potatoes in it, but they're gone. So I'm just trying to get this all sliced up, trying to keep it on the board. My counter is clean now. My daughter, there's a lot of little bags right there. My daughter was baking again. I told her she's got to stop baking. She makes these insane, delicious, like cookies that are like air, and they're pumpkin, and I think she did chocolate chip oatmeal, and she also made like an apple blondie. Oh my gosh, with fresh apples that she had picked at the orchard. So they're insanely good. But I've been really good. I'm staying away from them. She's been taking a lot of those to work with her. And I'm just going to like dump this down in here. And I will move y'all back. Let me towel wipe my hands off. And then we'll move y'all back. Normally I don't do a ton of the cooking things on here. Alright, so I'm not sure if y'all can see this. I am going to turn my stove down some. And I am going to put some more olive oil in here just to keep it from sticking. And I'll add the onions and the garlic and everything back in here once I add the kale in. So I'll add that along with the kale and everything. So I'm just trying to get these coated with the olive oil, and I'll let these come to a simmer so they can caramelize. That's the word for it. They can caramelize. So I need to wash that. And let me wipe my counter off. Alright guys, so let's see here. I am going to try to go through some of this kale while I have y'all on the camera. I hate having to go through kale. But I tell you what I hate even more so when making this is doing like the whole kale leaves, because oh my gosh, what a nightmare that is. You literally have to wash this like 10 times. And so since this has already been pre-washed, I will rinse it again just because. And I just pull off these stems right here because those will never soften up. And you can see they just kind of like chopped a big leaf. And so I will go through. Oh, I'm dropping that. I will go through to get these out, because see, they just leave these big old chunks in it. And it's like, seriously? But, yeah, at least it doesn't have all that sand and grit and everything in it. But I'll go through this bag to make sure there's no like funky, withered up leaves that you wouldn't want to eat. So this is going to take me a bit, so I will go through both of these bags, rinse it, and come back when it's time for me to add it all in. Hey, be back. Alright guys, I am back. I have finished caramelizing the kielbasa, the turkey sausage, and I am going to go ahead and put that in with the onion, garlic, and the bacon. I'm just removing it from the pot, from the pan. So I've gone through both bags of the kale, and let me show you. I got quite a bit of it out of it. We tend to always, see, it cooks down very to like a little or nothing. All right, so out of 2 bags, this I put kind of like put the trash, the vegetable bag in here. This is literally what's unusable for me. It's just got a bunch of stems on it. And I'm sure I could probably maybe get a handful more out. Maybe, but I doubt it. So we always get 2 bags because the way I pick through it and take out all the stems, you're not going to, you're really getting maybe a bag and a half of it. And any type of greens, they cook down. So now what I am going to do, I'm going to turn, let me go ahead and start pouring in the chicken broth. I'm just going to turn my burner on like medium high. And I'm just going to add both of these in there. And it's just that time of the year is fall. The beginning of fall, the leaves are just slowly starting to, can't see my face, slowly starting to turn. And I am also going to put, I put like half a lid of this in it. Because you have to think that, not that much. My measuring, you will know, is way off. I just put, I don't know, like it was really more like a quarter of that, because this can have a lot of sodium in it. So, but it gives it so much flavor. I also have that paste that you have. It's better than bouillon. I actually like this better for it. I like using this better for it to give it that extra seasoning. And I am also going to add some water to it. So I'm going to add, I don't know, maybe 2 cups of water. 2-3 cups of water. I'm just going to get the level of it up. So this right here is what, I don't know how many. I guess we're looking at 24 ounces. So what's that? I don't know. I don't know. I know it's like about 1/3 of a quart. And I'm just going to add more to it, and just until I can get the water level up some. Because we like lots of broth in it, and remember I added lots of that, so like maybe another 2 more cups of it. And as you can see, it's not even halfway up. It's maybe about this far up on it. So that said, I have my potatoes right here. I'm going to drain those now. They've just been soaking in water, cool water, so that they won't turn. And I'm just going to dump those in. And I just kind of like rough diced them, rough chopped them. I used to dice them really, really fine, and then they just disintegrated in it. So I'm just kind of like put those in, and that's like 3 potatoes. So what I am going to do is to let this come to a boil, and let these kind of like get to an al dente state, and let that go. And I'll be back when I add then I'll be adding the kale, the kielbasa, and the heavy whipping cream. All right, guys, this has been boiling for about 5 minutes. So I am going to get that lid off. Hot. And yeah, I would say the potatoes are they're just about completely done. I don't want them mushy or anything. Now, I always add red pepper chilies to it. It just gives it that, just a kick. My daughter says I add too much to it, but it's just enough to give it a kick. And I ground some black pepper in it. And I will add all of this back in. This is the kielbasa, turkey sausage, and the onions and garlic. All of that goodness in there. Get it all in there. Yum, 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 yum. So good. Give that a stir. And all of the caramelization that was at the bottom of the pan has now been infused all into this. It smells so good already. It just smells so good. And now I am also going to get the heavy whipping cream out. And you just really, I don't know, maybe a few tablespoons of it. For this size of a pot, you just really have to kind of like go by a taste of it. When you don't put it in it, it's like something is missing, and you just can't put your finger on it. All right, so I'm not adding any salt to this because this pollo has quite a bit of sodium in it, and I don't want to like over season it. You can always add sodium to, salt to your soup, but you can't take it out. So this is the big pot that I've got. I've rinsed it, and there's a little bit of water down, but I've rinsed it several times. I've picked through it to get out all of those big stems, so you won't see any stems in here. Now if I do come across one, I'll just kind of like pop that out, get it out. But yeah, it's a pretty good sized bowl. And I'll just look to see if I missed any that have like maybe a little brown spot on it. kind of funny about the lettuce. Not the lettuce, but the greens and stuff. So I'm just kind of looking through it. And the stems are the worst. If you get a stem, they just don't cook down. And you'll see where I probably could have used another bag of kale, because it's just now getting to the top of it. And all of this will cook down. And I'll cook it till it gets like so overly done. It's just enough where it gets tender. And just right after that, like crisp spot. And so, all done. Get that out. And wash that out. And we'll get this down in there. And you can see how it gets like this really dark green. And look at, I don't know if you can see like all of the goodness, the kale and the potatoes in it. Oh, that's so good. I'm just gonna try to like pull it over. You can see like, can you see all of that? I don't know if my camera's kind of like steaming up. But it smells so good already. And it only needs to really cook for like another 5-10 minutes, and it's beyond done, because you think that you're going to be reheating it. This will last us a few days, more than that. But it's got tons of goodness in every single spoonful that you get. And I will actually wait to put the heavy whipping cream in it. I'm just going to let that kind of like simmer for a bit. Put it on medium high. Let that simmer. And I'm going to put this back in the fridge right now. Because, yeah, the kale is only going to take maybe 5 minutes for it to, for this to be done. And I'll put heavy whipping cream on it. And then I'll be ready for tasting. Be back. Alright guys, I am back again. This has been simmering, well, low boil for about 5-10 minutes. Meanwhile, I've cut up a whole bowl of like strawberries, not for this, but just for dessert, because I can mix some heavy whipping cream and make some homemade topping with some vanilla in it. Yum, yum, yum. Vanilla and cinnamon. So I'm just going to pour this in and turn this down a little bit, because I don't want it to like, what do you call it? Like, I just want to get it infused in it all the way through it. And you'll see how it starts to turn colors. I'm just putting a few, like a teaspoon at a time in it. Oh my gosh. Oh, this smells so good. Oh my goodness, and it looks so good. Just gonna put a little bit more. So I've really put maybe a quarter of a cup. Maybe. I don't even know if it's a quarter of a cup. Alright. I think that's about it. And then that I'm gonna use to make some homemade whipped cream. Oh my gosh, guys. Alright, I am going to, let's see, where's my ladle at? The ladle, oh gosh, what am I doing? I can't believe I just did that. What is wrong with me? Alright, I'm just going to get some of this goodness. Oh my gosh. Some of that broth in there. Yummy. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Alright, guys. I'm actually going to turn it off because it is about done. Alright, let's see. Smell-o-vision. So, those who don't know what Zappa Soup is like a take on the soup from Olive Garden. The Zappa Soup, Tuscan Zappa Soup. But it's so funny. We've gotten so used to having this every year now that when we rarely ever go there, when we do, it's like, wait a minute, it doesn't taste right. Okay, super hot, but let's try it. Ooh, so hot, really hot. Ooh. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh, so good. So good. That's really good. I hope y'all can see this. But you can see the kielbasa, well, turkey sausage. There's like onion, there's garlic, there's chili pepper flakes, and there's the bacon bits. My daughter doesn't necessarily like the bacon bits, so I hope this will be all right. But you can also put like real bacon in it, or turkey bacon. And we use the turkey sausage because it doesn't have as much oil in it or what have you. But yeah, super good. All right, guys, thank y'all for watching, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of this and finish the strawberries and make some of that whipped topping for it. Okay, bye.